Great second half, for Notre Dame, certainly. We didn't make a lot of plays in the first half, and came in the halftime and really went up to the offensive line and said, look, we need you to take over this football game. You're our veteran group. And they really responded. Really proud of the way they controlled the line of scrimmage in the second half and gave us the opportunity to come up with a road win against a Power 5 team. And anytime you can do that, it's something to feel good about. So played well in the second half. We're physical, made plays. Our defense really ignited us with the fourth down stop. Got some energy, and I think when you make plays, obviously that creates an energy, and we were able to score. I thought that was a pretty big turning point in the second half, but I think it all started with our offensive line in terms of being able to run the football. So, questions? Well, it certainly was. Both their kickers are outstanding. I mean, they're as good as I've seen. Their punter, their kicker, we were up against it in terms of field position in the entire first half. We were trying to grind out and be very careful as well at the same time. So clearly that was part of some of the play calling and being very careful with the football. We tried to be very careful right before the half. And certainly, unfortunately, it led to a turnover, but our defense stood strong there, and we got out of the half there.
And did you see something during the week that you thought the trap, the Adams would work on all game?
Very aggressive group, downhill linebackers, and we wanted to create a little bit of misdirection and pull, and that's a play that we use against certain defenses that have that very aggressive to the line of scrimmage.
Ryan, how would you evaluate Brandon Wimbush's game? Just running a little bit up and down in the passing?
Yeah, and I think Tim, that's probably going to be the case most of the year as he continues to grow. But we've got a fantastic competitor, kid with terrific grit and toughness, and so. I think as we, move into the season now, we're starting to develop a little bit more of who we are offensively and what he can do and what his skill set is. He's going to develop in the passing game. That's just a matter of time. But we know that he's a great competitor, and even through some adversity, he's going to keep fighting. And our guys love that. And it really creates a positive feeling on the sideline when they know they've got a guy who's never, ever going to back down.
Have you seen some of that inaccuracy in practice, or has that showed itself more in the first row starting in the first games?
I think that there's a little bit of growing with the offense. I think there's a couple of catches out there that some of those guys need to make for him. I think there's a little bit of inaccuracy there where, he's a little rushed. At times where he's just got to settle into the game. And then he makes a beautiful throw to Durham Smythe in the third quarter on a corner route. And when he settled into the game, I thought he threw the ball much better. So, I feel like we can craft things. We should be smart enough as coaches to figure out what his strengths are at this point and where he's going to develop moving forward.
Any early word on Tony Jones Jr. so I got carved off?
Yes, he had an ankle X-ray and it came back clean, negative.
Talk a little bit about what it's like to come back to where you grew up, where you played high school ball and coach a game like this.
I always enjoy coming back here. It's always a tough game, it seems. Playing Boston College is always a challenge for us at Notre Dame. It's always one that we expect their very, very best, and we get it. And, we got it again today, but we were just – our endurance, mental and physical endurance, was just a little bit better than theirs today. And we were able to to break them, and it's hard to do. I mean, Steve does a really good job. Coach Reed's a good defensive coordinator. They do a lot of really good things. They've got good players, but we were able to exert ourselves today longer and come up with some big plays.
Coach, last year you guys were just under 40% on third down defense. So far through 3 games this year, all 3 of your opponents have been under 30%. What would you say accounts for the success you've had through 3 games on third down?
Well, there's a lot of different things that I could point to. I think our kids are communicating so much better. They really are tuned into what we're doing defensively. And we're getting better at the packages that we're running. We're not running a lot of things. I would probably equate it to Mike's teaching, not a lot of things, but what we are doing, we're doing very, very well. So just executing a lot better. And, look, third down's an interesting down, right? It's all, lopped into different downs and distances. One of the areas that we've been really good is that we've been able to get some pressure on the quarterback in third down, and they've been forced to get the ball out quick. So I think our pass rush is better, and we've tackled better on third down.
Do you think you need to pass the ball better, more accurately to achieve your goals this season?
Yeah, I think our passing game will have to be better. And I think that means not necessarily just from the quarterback position. I think we're going to have to make some catches that are contested. I think that we're going to have to step up and make some big plays at the receiver position and assisting our quarterback. So I don't think it all falls on our quarterback. I think we've got to get a unit that has to really play at a higher level as well.
Called some pass plays for Ian Book. Was that the idea, just to kind of evaluate him?
Yes. Yeah, I thought it was important that we got him in. Regardless, I looked at the score as 0-0 and an opportunity for him to get in and really get a look at what he's capable of doing in a game situation.
What did you think of Sean Crawford, considering what he's come back from to this point?
He's on body, on the touchdown. They make a nice catch. It's reviewed and it's upheld. We really love the way he competes. Even at his size, he puts himself in really good positions to attack the football.
A couple more. Brian, here in the back.
Yep.
So with the identity of this team starting to come out a little bit more, how is it maybe similar to what you expected? How is it maybe different than what you expected when you came back at the beginning of August?
It's what I was hoping for relative to, having a fight, and we exhibited that fight in the second half, in terms of the way we battled and took over the second half of this football game. There weren't a lot of those occasions, as you know, last year. So that's what I was hoping for. I really didn't know how this offense was going to be from the quarterback position in terms of where Brandon was going to take it until we actually got into a few games. Now I think we know what part of the library we need to kind of move towards. And we've got plenty of offense. Now I think we can start to really focus in on the things that he does really well, and that's where this offense will continue to grow and develop.
Like Cam Smith after the game was limping around.
He rolled an ankle pretty bad, and he did not practice much this week. He tried to get through it as best he could, but he was limited.
And Josh Adams, obviously, last week had a rough game, bounce back, had almost over 220 yards by the end of the game.
I think we had 2 rushers for the first time in Notre Dame history over 200 yards.
Just talk about kind of what you saw from Josh. It seemed like he was getting pounded away from that big run.
That was the goal. We felt like, and Josh felt like there were a couple of times last week that, the kind of narrative with Josh last week was, the week before he had a lot of big runs, and he sometimes he felt like his runs were try to be home run hit kind of home run kind of runs each time instead of just taking 3 or 4 yards, right? So we got back to running hard, and breaking through some tackles. And you saw what happened. He ran hard. He wasn't hesitating in the hole. And because of that, he was able to break some big runs.
Thank you.